continuing on from the last episode, I mentioned that I'm going to give you my breakdown of my build for the BMPCC in 2022. BMPCC, like I said in the previous episode, there are some shortcomings: the battery life, the outright storage, the focus, a lot of things that makes it not the perfect camera. So today I'm going to share with you my build, how I try to resolve these issues, and maybe some things maybe just of interest, and maybe that'll help you in your build as well. This is my build, and this is pretty much what you see. Quite a big piece of equipment, and you know, when I take it to clients, they're like, looks pretty professional, right? I've gone with the old black build. So now you've got the V-mount battery, which powers everything on the camera, or you have the option of powering the monitor and the handset separately, okay? At the same time, we've got a matte box with a variable ND filter. We've also got a monitor that's able to transfer data straight to our clients using a inbuilt transmitter. And of course, I've got a grip that controls my focus. Okay, so let's go through all of the builds and why I've chosen these parts. To be able to build all of this, you need a cage. Now, I've chosen the Tilta over the small rig because of the ergonomics of the hand grip as well as the functionality of the follow focus. Apart from that, I think you can choose any kind of cage as long as you think it suits your need and your budget. Obviously, these two vary in price. Now, the next thing you want to have is the hand grip. It's very typical that we have a handheld shot, so a hand grip makes the whole thing really easy to shoot and to carry. Tilta makes this all in one complete package, so you can purchase this. By the way, this is not a sponsored video. Everything is mine. I own this, so I'm not being paid to say any of this, so keep that in mind. The next thing before you bolt on your hand grip is actually connecting the power on the side of the BMPCC. I really don't like these flimsy rubber doors. You can take them off, but I've left them on, I'm lazy. All right, but definitely put on the power, the USB, and the HDMI cable first, because once you put on the hand grip, there won't be enough space. So here it is. You need to purchase one of these 12-volt adapters for the BMPCC, connecting to your V-mount battery. I've got a HDMI connector as well as a USB Type-C connector. Both of these are from Tilta, so they mount onto the cage perfectly without any hassles. So put them on, and then you're ready to go. Next is the hand grip. Now, even though if you look on the website, Tilta has this in a complete package, the hand grip is actually different. So I purchased a separate hand grip. This is the hand grip with a follow focus wheel at the front. It is a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth the price. Now, you can use this hand grip with other Tilta cages. The only difference is how you connect the cage to the hand grip. You have a different connector. So based on your Tilta cage, you can choose whichever mounting options that's available, right? This one is for BMPCC only. It connects to the bottom of my cage, so it gives a lot of clearance for the cables on the sides. Underneath, you use the NPF battery. You can use the 550 or the 570. It gives certain enough juice for the follow focus, but I wouldn't use this to power the camera and the follow focus at the same time. It's going to drain the battery fairly quickly. Now, the good thing about this cage is it's tiltable as well. So there's a button, you press a button, and you can tilt the angle of your grip. And with the support of the leather grip, it really helps during my shoot as you're hand holding the camera in different angles and different positions. On the side, there are two ports. The 8-volt connects to the N-nucleus follow focus from Tilta, and the 12-volt, you can use that to connecting to the camera or some other powering devices like the monitor if you really wanted to. And of course, there is the wheel for the follow focus, so you can use that to adjust your follow focus. Now, to mount the follow focus and the battery, you need a base plate. Now, this comes in a complete package, but unfortunately, I think the rail is a little bit short. This is 20 centimeters, so I ended up buying some other aftermarket 30 centimeter rails just to give that clearance, especially for an EF mounted lens like this setup here. So the base plate is compatible with all Tilta cases, so it slides on perfectly and then you just lock it into place. Now at the back, I've got a V-mount battery plate. Now you can have it vertical or you can have it like me, parallel facing down on the base. The reason I have it this way is because I feel like it's a lot more balanced. The weight is a lot more even in the middle, whereas if you have it vertically, yes, it does kind of look good and more compact, and you can use it as a resting piece against your chest. I just feel like the camera isn't very well balanced, very front heavy, especially if you have a long lens plus a Metabone speed booster that just makes it even longer. But that's up to you. This plate is from Tilta. You can adjust it vertically or mount it horizontally. So depends on how you mount the brackets, but you can choose either way. But regardless which one you buy, you definitely want one with a lot of extension ports. This one comes with two 12-volt, 8-volt, as well as two D-tabs. So it's very good if you have a lot of external devices and you need powering from one main power source. I basically just powered my camera using the 12-volt, and then at the same time my camera also uses the original Canon batteries. This way I can hot swap my V-mount battery if I ever need it, and the camera will still be running and shooting perfect. Now as for the follow focus, I'm using Nucleus Tilta N. Now I don't really need all the extra accessories as well as the manual hand grip, which throws, it feels very good. All I need is the N Nucleus gear motor, put it on my rail and then connect it through a USB Type-C which is provided onto my hand grip. Now through my left hand I can follow focus while I'm shooting the camera. Just makes it so much easier and stable. Highly recommend this option. Now additional accessory, on top I have a separate mount which is for my monitor. The monitor I'm using is the HoloView M1. The reason that I chose this is very simple, is because it comes with an inbuilt transmitter. Previously I had to use the HoloView 400S, which is great, but it is an extra piece that you need to secure on your camera. With this monitor, you can do it all at once. Now to power this monitor, you can either use the V-mount battery with the 8V out, or you can use an NPF battery like I have here. Now in terms of monitor, it's not the brightest, 100 nit, but it is usable. 4K in, 4K out, also SDI input as well. For the receiver, you do need a HoloView receiver. So unfortunately, if you don't have that, you will need to purchase one. But you can also use your Android or iOS devices through the HoloView app to really monitor what you're being shot. You still get the full features, the zebras, the peaking, histogram, all that good stuff. In terms of delay, there is a little bit, I think 0.8 milliseconds, but you can judge this for yourself through the live recordings you're seeing on screen right now. Finally, you're asking why don't I have a matte box? Well, to be honest, I don't use a matte box. I'm not here to sell you anything. I don't want you to buy things that I feel like probably not a necessity. But look, if you need one, here's one that I'm using right now. This is the Case matte box. I've used it in the past, their ND filters, as well as their CPL and black mist filters. But personally, I would recommend you can just buy a ND filter or a black mist filter that I use a lot on the BMPCC. It just makes the image a little more creamy, and I love that look. But with this matte box, it comes with a magnetic mount and a variable ND filter. It is magnetic, so it makes it really easy to mount or take off filters if you need. As for the black mist, I am using a 1/4 strength one, and I can mount this either at the front of the matte box or I can put it inside. Either way is fine. Now, like I said, you don't need a matte box. Only on sunny weathers, you're shooting in direct into sunlight to block reflections, or maybe it's raining, you want to protect your lens. But look, you can just purchase an ND filter if you wanted to. And that's it. This is my current setup. BMPCC is not the perfect camera, but with this setup, I'm able to overcome the battery issue, the stability issue because the weight distribution and the weight is very comfortable, and also the focus issue. Apart from that, I think I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. Hopefully this is insightful. Maybe it's something new for you. But if you like this video, feel free to give a like, and there will be more reviews unbiased coming your way soon. Peace.